welcome back to my channel. It's Victoria, and today I'll be reviewing Emily Windsnap and the Ship of the Lost Souls. This is the 6th book of the Emily Windsnap series. Let's get started. So, this book talks about an island called Atlantis. You might know this if you actually are very interested in magical or very mythical places. And Atlantis in this book is described as magical and dangerous. Those are the two words that in this book they describe it in. First part, it describes it as so beautiful, like it's so pretty. It's so magical. You can't believe that you're even looking at it. But if you keep on staying there for a day, like 24 hours at least, then you start losing memory of where you were, where you came from, why you are there, who you are with, and how you got there. So it's very dangerous but magical at the same time. But if you are going there, you have to have something to be able to restrain your memory and remember where you came from and who you were with and why you are there and how you got there. Back to currently. So Emily and her two schools, Brightport and Shiprock, are going on a field trip together to Five Bays Island. And Emily is so excited to have some fun with Shona, Aaron, Mandy, and Seth. But she finds out that Lowena, the guide, or the tourist, the guide of this field trip, is actually missing. And there's only her husband, Lyle, who's actually very anxious because she never came back when she was on the trip to Prosperous 2. And she also finds a woman screaming help, even though she couldn't hear it, screaming help on a ship, and banging on the door, banging on the window, and crying for help. Emily figures out that Lowena, the woman screaming for help on the ship, and Prosperous 2 is all connected, even Atlantis. Then she finds out that this ship is heading for Atlantis, and she goes to Atlantis, and she gets a bracelet from Aaron so that she could restrain her memory. She loses her memory and then gets it returned, and then forgets it and then remembers it. That keeps on happening, but she only had a little bit amount of time, so she had to get all of the people, including Lowena, and had to go back to Five Bays Island so that everything can go back to normal. But Lowena had a baby that was born in Atlantis, and in Atlantis you can't go back without having you have to leave without having anything from Atlantis. But because the baby was born in Atlantis, it is something from Atlantis. So Lowena can't go. But I can't tell you the ending, so read the book to find out. I think that I say this all the time, but guys, look at this cover. It is so pretty. I know I say this all the time, but it's so pretty. It's the two of my favorite colors. It has two of my favorite colors. So pretty. And I kind of do like the series because we are kind of like the detectives. We have to figure out before she actually does it, or else we will get behind. We try to solve a mystery, and while Emily solves it too, so we can see Emily's point of view while we have ours. So those are like the hints, like the clues, and we get to where we actually find out and we solve this case. And I really like that because I love mysteries and solving them. This book also, because it's like a diary and it's Emily's point of view. She says, I did this. Erin did blah blah blah. It's her point of view. I think because we don't go back and forth to another character, we can really like melt into the character. We can dissolve into the character and we can really be the character. Even though I wish for more points of view in this book, I still think that I like being Emily. And also, because we get the first thoughts and the first feelings that Emily gets, we can see the stage of Emily changing, and I think that's very important because while the character changes through that situation, we can change just like the characters because we are seeing Emily's point of view. Also, I think it's very interesting to actually read like calmly closer to the end, and then there's a big bump closer to the end, which becomes a problem for the characters to actually end the story in happily ever after. That is the end of my book review. If you enjoyed watching, please click the like, and if you still haven't, please click the subscribe button. Have a nice day, and bye guys!